Judge Simpson gave this defendant every chance to tell the truth, but one unbelievable lie after another pushed the courtroom to its breaking point before justice struck.
An understatement. I mean, he just outright lied. Sort of spewed that garbage he was giving me the last time, because that's how he ended up in custody. You were trying to tell me what?
Nothing. That's what I
No. Let me tell you what you said, because I remember it very clearly.
don't incriminate myself. I don't know what you want me to tell
You
you.
don't want to self-incriminate yourself? If he doesn't get in, I'm issuing a warrant, or he might as well just come over to jail and turn himself in, quite frankly. Well, what are we going to be doing on the case?
I got your green sheet. I forgot to give it to you.
All right. You're asking for an adjournment of the proper cause.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll give you a date and moment, depending on the outcome of your bond motion. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I provided the court with a letter from Second Baptist Church, Reverend George Waddles. The pastor is present here in court today, along with
I do see you.
my client's
Hello,
family
Pastor.
members.
Go ahead.
If released, he would live at Apartment 1 in Ypsilanti. By profession, he's a chef. He's been a resident of Michigan approximately 20 years. Like I said, he attends Second Baptist Church. He also volunteers at Hope House. And, Your Honor, he's a caregiver for family members, so he has a lot of things going on. He volunteers in his community. I understand from the last hearing that he was not candid with the court as to his consumption of alcohol. But, and I'm
Not candid would be an understatement. I mean, he just outright lied.
well, I wasn't there.
That makes it no less a lie.
I'm asking you if you want to hear from him. A humble apology.
I will certainly hear from him, but not if he's gonna sort of spew that garbage he was giving me the last time, because that's how he ended up in custody.
I apologize, Your Honor. I panicked. I apologize. Yes, I did consume.
Pardon?
Yes, I did consume alcohol, of course. But yeah, I panicked when I was talking to the guy. I apologize for our last encounter.
You consumed alcohol and when I tried to get you to just tell me that, you just lied to me. Right?
Yes, I tried to go back and you told me.
Pardon?
I tried to go back on it, but it's too late. I had already said it. So, yeah. I apologize, Your Honor.
So on the date that you drank, what happened?
What was the trigger? What made you drink?
Working on somebody's funeral arrangements and drink a couple beers, drink a few beers.
Okay, so did you have any O'Doul's?
At first, but
At first. Okay. How many O'Doul's did you have?
6.
6. And then you had how many?
Labatt's about 4.
4.
Sure.
Okay. Now you know that's different than what you told me.
I was trying to tell you, but you told Mr. Allen
You were trying to tell me what?
nothing. That's what I
No. Let me tell you what you said. because I remember it very clearly. You told me that you had 6 O'Douls. I told you to get to the levels that you were, if you were just drinking O'Douls, because you were insistent on that, you would have had to have a little over a case of O'Douls. Remember that?
Yes.
Then, at that point, you realized, well, he looks stupid, but he's not. And then you started telling me that you had 2 beers. Remember that? What?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I knew, given the level that's on here, that wasn't true. Now, the other things that you told me was that you were in treatment. Remember that?
Treatment. It's trying to go to treatment.
Well, okay. Yes.
I'm just trying to.
I don't understand the question.
You said it to me.
He said at the last.
Did you or did you not tell me that you were in treatment or had started treatment?
We were looking for a place to go to treatment. That's where we're starting, trying to go. Yes. My insurance is different.
Let me ask you this. When you made the statement about treatment, were you trying to get this court to believe that you were in treatment?
Self-incriminate myself. I don't know what you want me to tell
You
you.
don't want to self-incriminate yourself?
I already done.
So see, okay. And I know you know this, but I'm just going to remind you. That's what happens when you lie.
And I apologize.
I know a whole lot more than it appears that I know. And the moment you told the people at Community Corrections about O'Doul's, I knew you were lying. That was my first start. Now, if you can tell me that you can put down about a case and 2 or 1 beer, about 25 beers, and not go to the bathroom, because that's the only way that was going to happen with O'Doul's.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, so that's was kind of the stupidity of the lie. And then it just got worse for me. And then as it got worse, then you ended up going to jail.
Yeah. I get it. Oh, I get it.
So how are you going to get in? You have insurance to cover treatment?
We're working on that. We just changed insurance, so it's not clear about.
His family's here, Your Honor.
They're working
I
it
know
out.
they're here, but you told me, Mr. Brown, at the bench that he's got insurance that will cover his insurance. And I'm just asking, will his insurance cover treatment?
We're working on that now to get a definite. Yes, it will cover some sort of treatment. Yeah.
Anything from the people?
Your Honor, people do believe that Mr. Johnson is in dire need of treatment. We do have some concerns after the statement today. He may still not understand the extent he needs treatment Your Honor, and I did have a chance to look at the letter that Mr. Brown provided that was from Mr. Johnson's pastor. It is a lovely letter and talks about the lovely things that Mr. Johnson has done. And the people aren't arguing that Mr. Johnson is a bad person at no point. We allege that, we're alleging that he committed a crime, and it would appear that perhaps the root of that could have been an alcohol addiction, Your Honor, and we think about treatment, that situation could reoccur. And it's not clear that Mr. Johnson understands that or the need for treatment, so we do have some concern there.
Anything else, Mr. Brown?
No, Your Honor.
Johnson, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna first of all adjourn his probable cause conference to August 7th, 2025, 9 a.m. With reference to his bond, I will set his bond at a $25,000 personal recognizance bond. On your release, you are to report to the Department of Community Corrections for placement on a scram tether because you were on a soap.
Correct.
You're going to go on a scram tether, so I'm going to monitor you 24/7 for any alcohol consumption. I'm also going to order that within the next 10 days, defendant is to be enrolled in treatment. He is to notify the court that and the prosecutor's office that he is in treatment.
How many days?
He's got 10 days to do it. If he doesn't get in, I'm issuing a warrant, or he might as well just come over to jail and turn himself in, quite frankly, because I'm going to issue a warrant and I'm going to have him picked up. You understand all of that, sir?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, just, we'll do that. Okay. Thank you, sir.